So this episode I've got something very, very exciting. Come with me, have a look at this. That's right, we're fabricating the intercooler piping. And for that, I've hired none other than that welder guy, R33. He has got to be one of the best welders in Australia, if not the world. So make sure you go check out his socials, where his expertise has gained him over 400,000 followers. So trust me, you won't be disappointed. Let's get to it. We started by cutting off the factory turbo outlet so that it could weld on a plasma clamp. I'll go into more detail on these clamps later in the video, so make sure you stick around. We then installed an FG BARRA throttle body to the Plasmaman intake with a billet adapter. However, we realised it wasn't going to fit and had to cut a small section out of the wheel arch to make it work. I plan on welding a new piece on the wheel arch that is moulded around the throttle body before I paint the engine bay. On the other side of the engine bay, we needed to make a new hole for the pod filter to sit into. We had no choice but to recess the filter into the guard, as it was the only way we could gain enough clearance for the 5-inch and 3.5-inch intake pipes to cross over each other. After deburring the hole and lining it with pinch weld, we tested the fitment of the pod filter.
And then that will be able to sit in there comfortably. All that. Oh, mate.
Perfect.
And look, it even holds it for me.
There you go. We then proceeded to use a hole saw to cut out the holes for the pipes that connect to the intercooler. However, we soon realised due to the 3.5-inch diameter of the pipes, we would need to cut some more out to clear the radius of the bends.
Really?
It was then off to the drop saw to make some cuts, and then time to start fitting up. Alright, so as you can see, we've got the 5-inch inlet on. We've also cut a hole in here for the air intake from inside the guard. And these, we originally hole sawed them, but we had to cut them out more just for the radius of the bends because it was too tight and it wasn't fitting. And we're just working on this side now, getting the final touch, and you should see it's coming up pretty good, so stay tuned. After tack welding the plasma clamps to the pipes, it was time to start fabricating the airbox. Good practice is to always make something out of cardboard before you make it out of aluminium. Because if you can't make it out of cardboard, then you definitely can't make it out of aluminium, or any metal for that fact. We also applied the same process to the windshield washer bottle. Before we started making the airbox and washer bottle out of aluminium, we first gave the completed intercooler pipes a full weld and clamped them on. It was then time to head to Plasmaman HQ so we could cut and bend up both the airbox and washer bottle to size and give them a full weld. Once back at my garage, we then welded on some L brackets so we could mount them to the car. Then it was finally time to assemble everything.
Tell her on the body, make a catch. See no watch, now she wanna give crotch. Boy got peas, but she hopping in the pod. Man, a real life sugar gal, I forget what. When she want dark, so they meet me at the top. Switching lanes the other day, I seen her waiting for a bus. Maybe just a Moncler sweater. Diesel denim, buying up with my pockets fight like Lego. Next road, like I don't know no better. Benzo truck, white seats, and never. Never. On my grind, make it clap like I'm Busta Rhymes. I got the juice, the sauce, and all them things. I blammed her twice a night with all my bling. Big Benz I drive, I brought that thing. Any girl you want, they run my thing.
eyes, we go blush. Back at the tour bus, getting caught up. D-square, got on de-stress. Got a hand wash, new racks with the old Nikes in the shoebox. Keep my stats, no cuss. Pull up in a new plate. She might...
Alrighty, so it's all assembled, so I thought I'd give you a bit of a closer look. As you can see, it's all nice and all done. Like I said, look at these welds, just amazing, man. That welder guy, mate, he is that welder guy. He's very, very good at what he does. You can see basically every single weld is perfect. I can't find a problem at all. So very, very happy there. Anyway, back to sort of the piping. So this here is again the airbox. We've got these nut certs here, so we can put a clear plastic like the glass plastic, I forget what it's called, like the PVC on top to seal that. And then yeah, it's gonna suck air from inside the guard. So if you look down here, you can see it there, and you can see how much more room there is to put even a bigger filter. There is an inner guard that sort of clips onto here. So what I'm gonna do is probably just make a couple of little holes in there so it can suck air. That way it can get air. Otherwise, my other option was putting like a vent here or something, but I don't wanna cut into the body panel. I'd rather just cut the plastic. But they'll have to be small holes so water and stuff doesn't go in there when driving the road. It ain't going in any bog holes, so don't stress out about that. But yeah, just for road driving. And then obviously when we take it like roll racing and stuff, I can just take the headlight out there and then it'll get heaps of air going in. So yeah, pretty happy with that. Now also I thought I'd just quickly mention the exhaust. I done that myself, just really quickly and really rough. I'm probably gonna replace it. It's not fitting the best, but I literally made it in half an hour. Just tack weld it just to see how it's gonna fit down there. As you can see, it's a bit tight, but yeah, we're gonna have to fix that up. That's probably gonna be one of the next coming up episodes, but I just really wanted to see how it's gonna look. And I've also got some steam pipe to bring this out. It's gonna come out like on a 45 on an angle up here, so I thought it'll probably look a bit better like that. So yeah, that's gonna come up, but for now, it's just temporarily like that. What else is there to show? Oh yeah, the windshield washer bottle. Also, before I get into that, I just wanna say this is just an eBay one that I got and it doesn't fit properly. As you can see on this side, it doesn't mount, and that side it mounts, so it's on an angle, so I've got to fix that because that obviously made it a bit too big and it's touching the bottom there. So what I'm going to do to fix it is probably just space out the mounts there. If I put a spacer there and a spacer there to get it sitting level, I'll see how that sits, and then if I'm still not happy with it, I'll replace it. But it's not too bad. I think I was only like $100 or something, so you can't really complain. But then we have this work of art, which is what the welder guy made. This is the windshield washer bottle. As you can see, every single weld is just amazing. Look at that. We haven't had time to put the wiper motors in yet, which are these. I'll just do that when I get a chance. All we're gonna do is drill a little hole, and they're gonna be sitting concealed behind here. So, a bit hard to see. One sec, I'll show you. I can't really reach in there, but you sort of get the idea. They're gonna sit behind there. There's enough clearance in there. So that's where they're gonna sit to then, yeah, pump the water, and then you just fill it up from there. Pretty simple stuff. On this side, I'm gonna mount a catch can here. So that way these two, I think it's the PCV valve, whatever they call it, and the breathers, the hoses go straight to there and then back to the intake here. So it's all sort of on one side and clean. And I think that's pretty much it for the engine bay. There's not gonna be much more, a couple of hoses here and there, but it's more or less gonna be clean. So I'll probably start getting this ready for paint, but first I gotta get Mr. George back to fix this up. I wanna fix this and make it like molded around that to get it better looking before I start prepping for paint. But I think that's about it. Oh, also I'll show you the clamps, because I've had quite a bit of comments on Instagram and TikTok about the clamps. People don't understand how they work. They think they're a hard clamp and they're whinging that with the engine movement, it's not gonna move and that, but these clamps have been specifically designed for that. So there is actually a bit of play in them. I'll show you what I mean. See that? Pipe moves. Look at that. So you won't have to worry about engine mount stiffness or anything and the engine moving. So yeah, they've got a bit of flex and they seal really well and they don't pop off. That's the reason I went for these, because if you go silicone joiners, with a lot of horsepower, you need a lot of PSI. So with that PSI, a lot of the time they pop off and you have boost leaks. This won't happen with these, so that was my reason for going with it. Also, maybe I'll show you the front here. The intercooler, I have to cut a bit more of the grill. I probably still have to do a little bit more, as you can see here. If you push it, it sort of goes, but might have to do a little bit more trimming, but I'll see how I go. I'll leave it for now. I'm pretty happy the way it came out, and especially to fit this size of an intercooler. This is a 100mm thick intercooler. So most people, I think the standard size is 75mm thick. This is 100mm thick, and we have a condenser behind there as well. So that's the reason why we have to cut so much of the grill out. But like I said, from here, you can't even tell that really there's an intercooler there. So very, very happy with that. And lastly, before I go, I thought I'd show you what it looks like with the bonnet closed. And as you can see, it's very stealth. You would not know that this has a Barra rated to a 1,000+ horsepower in there, which is exactly what I wanted. I wanted a really clean sleeper sort of look. The body obviously needs some work. We're going to repaint the car, but I'm going to do that last. But yeah, you can obviously, the whole underneath's brand new, as you can see. All suspension, whole chassis, everything's been replaced, painted, refreshened up. It's just the body to go now. But yeah, there's no way on the road that you would tell what's in this thing. You can't even see the intercooler. You can only see it, like I said, if you go very close like that, then you can start to see it. And also these pipes we're going to paint as well. So yeah. That actually reminds me, speaking about painting pipes, we're most likely going to get them powder coated actually, and we don't know what color to go with. I'm thinking either gold or black. I'm very indecisive, I don't know. It looks really sort of silver now. I wouldn't mind leaving it like this, but over time, I don't want this to sort of like corrode or whatever. See like those little spots and stuff, the aluminium turns. So I want to avoid that. That's why I thought I'll get it coated or whatever. Obviously when this is black, the gold will stick out more. But then again, I don't want to go overly on the gold and have everything in here gold. I think it'll defeat the purpose. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you think I should go black or gold, and I'm thinking the turbo housing may be gold and I don't know, black, I don't know. I want to make it black, gold, all different, so I don't know. I'm very tossing and turning about it. I don't know what to do. So yeah, let me know. It's going to be a while away. It'll probably be at the end of the build, but yeah, tell me what you guys think, or if you have some other outrageous color that you think I should do it, let me know in the comments below, and maybe I'll pick that color. So yeah, anyway, I think that's about it, guys. So don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And I guess we'll see you next time. See you later.